I say open the door and let me in. Teach us all, preach your sins. Turn the cheek, let it slide. Give a vibe on the black hand side. The black hand side. That's it. Oh, black hand side. Black hand side. The black hand side.
Welcome to the Black on the Block podcast, where we're all about preserving the black family. Everything is pro-black, but don't get it twisted. We respect everyone, but we love our people first.
What up, y'all? This is your soul sister, K. Marie, and we are Black on the Block.
This your favorite guy, Coach Scrap, and you listen to Black on the Block podcast.
This is your humble servant, Pops, and you are listening to Black on the Block.
Hey, y'all. This your girl, Nika B. Welcome to Black on the Block.
Say open the door, let me in. Teach us all, preach us in. Turn the cheek, let it slide. Give a vibe on the black hand side.
What up? Another episode of Black on the Block podcast. Hey, it's an interesting day. We got some great topics to talk about. Before we get started, I got to shout out and holler at the family real quick. K. Marie, how we doing over there?
I'm good. How y'all doing today?
Good. Nika B, what's up? Hey, what's up with you?
Doing great. How's everybody?
And last but not least, the humble servant, Pops. What's up, brother?
Look here, Coach Scrap, I'm hanging up in there like a rusted fish hook. They cannot get me up out of there.
Yes, sir. Hey, so today we got a fun-filled episode for me. Some great topics. We actually got one recently that just happened yesterday. I'm sure everybody know about it. People on the block, they're asking questions and they want answers. Gonna talk about the alleged assassination attempt on Donald Trump. I'm gonna get some feedback from you guys, but some of the things they came up with, some things they talked about in the media is that Trump was at a campaign rally yesterday in Butler, Pennsylvania. The FBI, they identified a 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, as the suspect involved in what looked like an attempt of assassination. Crooks was a registered Republican, according to the state voter records. Officials have not publicly disclosed his possible motive. A Secret Service agent was fatally shot. I apologize. Secret Service agents fatally shot Crooks, who attacked this is terrible, what they got wrote on his internet. But now he was elevated above at a rally venue from a farm show in Butler. The agency said one person who attended the rally was killed. 2 other spectators were critically injured, and the Secret Service said a man named Ben Macer said that he saw the alleged shooter from the rooftop about 250 yards away, where Trump was speaking to the supporters yesterday. Trump was shot above his right earlobe, was rushed to the hospital. He's at home now. He says he's safe. He's posted on Twitter last night. So with that being said, so it's a couple things out there about that. Some people are saying they feel like it was set up by Trump. Some people are saying that it was fake, it was made up. All I know is that it was a historical moment throughout having all the technology that we have and having the type of security that we have and the maps and all that type of stuff, but it had to be able to still happen in 2024. So let's go down the road with K. Marie, then Nika B, and Pops. You can end it. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Well, right now I'm concerned about tension and hostility increasing amongst his supporters. I'm concerned that his supporters, most of them, we all know, that they already got their guns ready. They're already prepared for anything. And so I'm just concerned that it's going to be more of that and hostility towards those of us who may not support Trump or that people assume don't support Trump.
Okay. Nika B, what you got on that?
All right. So first I want to say, my thoughts and opinions are my own.
They are not representative of any other individual here, nor the Black on the Block brand as it in a whole. I'm glad he wasn't seriously injured. Okay, I'll start saying that. Definitely condolences goes out to the family of the person or persons. Was it one or two people that were killed? Was it one? Is that
There
right?
was one person injured in the one person killed in the crowd. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So definitely condolences. Because definitely that's not how they anticipate that day to go. My thoughts, and I'll kind of leave it in general, or that people are gullible.
Right.
I'm not a Trump supporter. For those who are close to me, it's not a secret. However, nobody deserves to be an attempted assassination, if that's what it was. In fact, I will say that, in my opinion only, that on July the 13th, 2024, Trump won the election. I think it will be a immediate landslide. I think that even some of the comments that I was reading last night and early this morning of people who were not supporters initially now see this imagery of him, you put it, you flash it enough and people, buy it, of him, immediately. That one of the comments I saw was, oh, he was so quick to react and pump his fist up, and he's strong, the strong American white male. Yeah. And again, my general thoughts on that are, I would be quick too if I was prepared. Take that for what you will. Yes. I think we have to remember that he has a reality TV background. I think we have to remember that, we did a whole lot of stuff with the WWE. Again, not accusing anybody of anything. I'm looking at what I feel like are pertinent facts. I think we have to look at just what you said, Coach, about just the possibility of that being a very open loophole, right, for him to be able to climb up on that building. In that, I don't buy it. Is my personal opinion. For whatever, I don't buy it. I think there are a whole lot of things we got to look at. But again, I'll just go back to my first statement, was that I'm glad he was not injured more than what he was.
Right, I got you. And that's one thing we have to remember, for everybody on the block listening in, and even for us sitting right here talking, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And it's theirs, they own it. So we can't shun anybody for that. We can't look down on anybody for that. Everybody has their own thoughts, and I think that's what makes America what it is that we are free will, and we can't think or we want to think. So I like that synopsis you had of that. Pops, what you got for that, man?
Okay, Coach Scrap, I'm glad that you said what you said. You said everyone has a right to their opinion, and that's what makes America America. But what I've been hearing, I've watched a lot of podcasts since this terrible incident happened, and I've seen kind of both sides react. I've seen first I saw podcasts predicting that maybe the left might say, if you're thinking about left and right, that this was a setup, this was a hoax. And then I actually started to hear that it could have been that from, some of the other news stations. And when you think about having your own opinion and being able to share it, there are a lot of people, because I go to the gym, and when you might be in the sauna, you might be in the barbershop, there are a lot of people that say, you know what, I wouldn't say this in the open, but I feel like this about this person, but I couldn't say it around a certain group. So you're right. You have a right to your opinion, but a lot of people don't feel like they can share their opinion. And what is surprising is that sometimes it seems like the younger people, they have a much different opinion than some of the folks around my age. So one thing that I want to do, I just want to share something briefly, because this sort of surprised me.
Nothing they can do.
Now
Then they arrested them.
No, actually, it's actually an all proven fact that they did that.
Ty said there's only one thing left.
They stole the elections in 2020. We shouldn't be surprised.
Ty said there was only one thing left.
Said they're gonna pull something out the back. They're gonna
But
throw
look
it.
though, bro.
They threw a Hail Mary.
That
That was a Hail Mary. That was a Hail Mary.
So today was the day, bro. Today for me was a day that I was like, you know what? These movies and these shows about like America's back,
The
like,
Simpsons,
brother. I don't trust the government, bro. I don't trust.
People have numerous opinions, and sometimes we find ourselves in our own echo chamber, and sometimes you stumble across a person that has a thought process is so much different. And that's why I'm glad that I talk to so many different people and I move around and I'm hearing these different opinions. But I am starting to notice a pattern emerging. And it almost seems like there's a separation between the older group and the younger group, and bringing it back to what happened with the alleged attempted assassination on the former president. There are some people that have strong views, and they actually think that it could have been, was it a hoax, was it a setup, because what they've said, because I've heard some going to elaborate, because it makes him look too good, it makes him look strong. Did you see the way he came up pumping his fist, and his supporters, they love that. So, and I've heard some people say, and this was before it was even talked about, they said, now if they say that, you would have to stop and ask yourself, who would want to risk being killed? Because if it was a hoax, there was a person that was actually killed. It was a real bullet that was fired from a real rifle.
Yeah.
And someone was really bleeding. So was it a setup? That's what we have to ask ourselves. And also, you can look back at some of the other great conspiracies that we still don't have answers to today. There was something that happened, what, close to 60 years ago? Was there not another president that was shot? Do we not know all the information right now to this day? Sometimes what we think it is not. So what I'm saying is we need to relax and be sober minded and not let certain groups send us off in a particular direction. Let's be sober minded. Let's be calm. And I would tell people, whatever side you're on, let's not glorify someone else's downfall, because today is them, tomorrow it could be you. That's all I have on that.
Right, good stuff.
So I want to say this just real quick, if I can, Coach. I will say I didn't go through and look at a whole lot of stuff before I formulated my own opinion. I think that's important. I do think what Pop said is important as far as making sure that you're not in a group of people who only say and have one perspective inside. I'm for sure open-minded. Of course, I'm gonna make my own decisions, right? I don't follow the crowd by any means. But I still think we need to take a really good look at everything. He is absolutely correct. I think it was actually 43 or 47 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, when you're talking about the last assassination attempt, not 60. But just keep in mind and look at everything. No, I wouldn't ever glorify anybody's downfall or getting shot at, or or whatever. But it definitely seemed a little staged to me. But I won't digress.
Pops asked who would stage something like that. I would say someone with a personality disorder. I am wondering why he shouted "fight, fight," and wondering what message that sent to his supporters who are already hostile. I just think that sends a message that is very concerning.
Was the young man who allegedly shot him, is he not a registered Republican, or is that?
Yes, he's a registered Republican.
Okay.
That's certainly what it was said.
Right. That's
because see, that one thing that, and I don't want to go too deep in this, but one thing that folks have to understand is that there are folks that are extremely skilled, and to make certain things look, this stuff is deep. And it's and when they say, if you're scared, say you're scared, well, guess what? The powers that be, they have me spooked, because they are spooky people that we're talking about. Any group that can erase the most powerful person in the free world, as the president is often referred to, any group that can do that and wash it away, I don't want no parts of them. Period. And I tell
Right.
you, sometimes it might be better to be ignorant of a situation. It might keep you alive longer.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a good point. What I
Mhm.
will say on that whole thing was that young man. At the end of the day, a life was lost.
Mhm.
Right.
Whether it was set up or whatever, I don't really have a dog in that fight because I don't know. Uh, Regardless of the fact, a life was lost, and it was consequently at 20 years old. I know a lot of people think they're grown. At 20 years old, you're still a kid. Um,
Mhm.
so he
Not
was
grown
20
at
years
all.
old. I saw a lot of comments people made said that a trained marksman or a trained whatever don't miss. The kid's 20 years old. He ain't trained nothing
Right.
because the moment that he shot and missed, it wasn't no time. A trained marksman did shoot him, and they didn't
Mhm.
miss.
Right.
Um, so
Very
so
valid point.
so so I go out my heart, my condolences go out to him, his family,
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, somebody lost a son, somebody lost a
Mhm.
nephew, a brother, a grandson, a cousin, a friend. So heart goes out to that. Nika B, you pointed on something earlier that I was gonna ask, and you made a great point. K Marie, do you think yesterday was the end of the election as we know it, as far as I mean, he won.
Um. Yeah, I would agree with that. I felt since that first debate that Trump would likely be president again.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yesterday definitely sealed the deal. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Nika B,
stamped
let
it.
me ask
It's
you
over.
something.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this, Nika B. And I want to and Pops, I want you to comment on this as well. Let's just say, for the sake of saying it, let's say it was a hoax, right? Where are we as a country? If that was a hoax and that's the way to get in now, or things got so bad, or you need people to believe you so bad, because let's not forget this is the same person that got charged with all these felonies and all this stuff a couple months ago, right?
Mhm.
So if that's the level that we have to go to erase all that, and like Pops just hit on it, you got the powers that can take any situation and erase it. Because right now nobody's thinking about those felonies, right? Um, where are we at as a country if that's the links we have to go to be elected to get into the office?
So we're on a downward slope for sure. I mean, I would never say otherwise. But again, there are certain things that are supposed to transpire and happen. Nothing that we can do is going to be able
Yeah,
to stop what's supposed to happen. There's just no way that this country cannot answer for its transgressions. And so this is just all a part of the plan. So where are we as a country? Well, exactly where we're supposed to be. And it doesn't look
mm,
good. Yeah.
I got you. Pops, what you got for that one?
Uh, First of all, I think you said it right, Nika B. There's no way what is supposed to happen can be stopped.
Mhm.
And I will make a statement and I will say, I hope that those that are wrong, I hope that they are found and punished. And I hope those that are doing right, I hope they will prevail, whatever side it's on. You know what? If you toss this thing up, I want the righteous to prevail and I want the wicked to be gone. That's it. But regarding the as far as the outcome of the election, I agree with Nika B and K Marie.
Yeah,
I think that for a while, it's almost evident who's going to win because I'm thinking about all the things that have been thrown at, and a lot of it has landed on former President Trump. It almost seems like whatever happens, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm saying these things keep coming. And it's almost like, I don't know if you've seen that was that movie Godzilla. It seems like whenever they shoot at him, his powers increase.
yeah.
So
It
I
fuels
don't
them.
know. Right.
Yeah. K Marie, you got anything left on the topic?
I agree with Nika B about where our country is going. It can and it makes me more concerned about how is this the way our country is going. How is it going to affect us specifically, Black
Right.
people specifically? And in regards to Trump getting stronger and stronger, no matter what they throw at him. Um, I'm not sure if he's as strong as he appears. And I do have some doubt about whether this was staged or not, a lot of people will vote for him because he appears to get stronger and stronger. But does that make you fit to be president? I know a lot of strong people who don't need to be in anybody's political office. I have concerns that he is doing things to relate to certain groups of people. I mean, some people are not going to be informed. They just go by what they see on the surface. I mean, he's got these shoes. He's been convicted of some felonies now. Now he survived an alleged shooting. So I think uninformed people will vote for him just based on those things because it relates to their life experiences.
It relates to what's being
people,
glorified.
I mean,
right
our
now,
people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Cameron, you said especially our people?
Yes, our
Now,
people. When I say our people, I mean our people who can relate to that. Our people who love the shoes, the Jordans, who've been convicted of felons, who have survived shootings.
Yeah.
I think some of these things he's doing is intentional to target a certain population or certain
I never thought about it like that.
Well, Pops just spoke to it honestly when he talked about the generational gap. There's a reason for that, like that he appeals to them on certain levels. So I mean, to me, it's not far fetched for sure. But in any event, I know that wasn't his intention.
Yeah.
Cameron, would you say that our community is a more gullible or sheepish community because we're easily swayed, or would you say that the other side, they're just brilliant strategists, or is it both?
I would say both. And we're easily swayed. Not all of us, but we're easily swayed when it comes to politics. Even myself, I voted Democrat all my life because that is what my family did. That's all I knew. And there were years when I was a young voter, I didn't know anything about the candidate except for what I saw on those interviews.
Right.
Bill Clinton and the Arsenio Hall show. I didn't know anything, but he did things to relate to Black people, and my family was Democrat. Now that I am older, I learned about candidates before I vote, and I don't identify with any party now.
Did he play the saxophone that night?
He did.
Oh yeah, he would have won. He would have. That's where he got you. That's where he got you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hot sauce in the purse. Did he pull out some hot sauce?
Come on, man.
He did, and he was the first president I ever voted for because that I was just turning 18
he had a little
during
sauce
that
on
campaign.
Yeah.
And then they labeled him the first Black president, which has always bothered me.
Me too.
I got you.
Me too.
I got you.
That's how gullible some of us are.
Let me say this, and I think Pops and I have had this conversation before. Like, I don't equate the powers that be. Not saying there's no level of intelligence there at all. I'm not definitely would not go there that far, right? But I don't think it's always a level of brilliance that puts us into power or positions.
Obviously,
right? And I'm talking about even beyond that, to the powers that be that he's talking to, not the face, not the puppet. I don't think that. I also have an issue with us giving attributes or adjectives like strong and strong, like you said that repetitively, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but when you say that, for me, it equates to some type of that we're describing some type of superhero, and a superhero he is not. And so that's bothersome to me, for sure.
I'm glad you said that because what I've heard, and speaking of the both sides thing, there were the Democrats that were saying that they thought that he wanted to appear as a superhero. And coming from that perspective, they wanted his supporters to see him as strong. It don't matter what we as individuals think, because there's going to be a mass of people that will either put him in the office or a mass of people on the other side that will keep him out. And what it appears, and it could just be appearances, but it appears that he's getting stronger, meaning the money raised.
The money, the polls, the numbers, I get it.
So the day after he had the 34 convictions, the first president in history to be convicted, not only a convicted felon, but 34 felonies.
Mhm.
And since that, he's raised close to well, I know it was at least 500,000. It might, 500 million. It might be more than that now, but and that's the thing. When a lot of things build up on one person, and for whatever reason, it seems like when the smoke clears, they're still standing. His supporters will definitely say, that's what I'm talking about. When he came up hollering, fight, fight, K. Marie, I think you asked, why did he do that? Because he knew his supporters were watching him. I don't know how it's set up like that, but that picture with the flag in the background, his ear bleeding, and him saying fight, it depends on what side you're looking at it from. From your perspective, it looked one way. To those people that in the audience that he looked to be making eye contact with when he was saying fight, guess what? Then not only will they go to the polls, but they're gonna take everybody they know to
It's
the
over.
polls.
Melania needs
Because
to get her dress ready for the ball because it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still want to know what did he mean when he said fight, fight? I don't think he was talking about vote.
I mean, what he did yesterday on his exit is almost like the guy that play for your favorite sports team to break his leg and get up and I'm all right. I'm gonna be back. We're gonna come back and do this time.
Coach Scrap, you know what I thought? You know, like when, like, let's say the captain of the defense, when he, you know, he making a play, he break his leg, they bring the stretch out, but as he's going out the field, he raised up the hand and, you know, he pointed to the crowd and everybody started and everybody in the huddle, they crying, man, we gonna win this for you, man. We got you. And so that's what it appears, but it really depends on what side you're looking at it from. Because this is an emotional situation. The emotion is high. And depending on what angle you're looking at it from, it's either terrible or it's great. So we are a divided country. This country is so divided, and for a multitude of reasons. And one of these days, maybe we can go into that and talk about why it's so divided.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And I just say this, and I'm gonna try to be quiet about it after that. I'm glad that he was not that he's okay. I don't wish death on anyone, but I'm not impressed by what appears to be Donald Trump's strength. Not impressed at all.
I got you. So listen, the panel that spoke on it, like it, share it, and please comment. If you're on the block and you wanna give your input, please comment. We wanna hear from you too.
I say open the door and let me in. Teach us all, preach your sins. Turn the cheek, let it slide. Give 5 on the black hand side. The black hand side. That's it. Oh, black hand side. Black hand side. Oh, the black hand side.